check 22 minutes past 12.
Hey,
as the Kenyans say it, 12, our friends from the other side. Anyway, karibuni sana, it's time for Word Around Town. And we are asking you today, do men's feelings matter in relationships? Do they?
Yes, please.
Anyway, this is coming from the backbone of over our holiday. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was very sad, by the way.
What was going on?
Let's call him Mato.
True name or fake name?
No, this is his name withheld.
Yeah.
No, he actually asked me to
Is Mato you?
No.
Okay.
No. He actually asked me to voice this on his behalf.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mato had a tiff with his person. And they were seated in a crew of, mixed chicks and guys. So Mato was like, was opening up to this chick and saying, my chick has really hurt me in Nini. And she started behaving in a certain type of way. So when I told her she's hurt me, she doesn't seem to see it. And I feel hurt by her.
So it was opening up.
Yeah, it was opening up.
Yeah.
First question that he was asked by this chick,
what did you do?
Yes, what did you do, in short? And he was like, do I have to... Lazima nikuwe nimefanya kitu. For him it was... Must I have done something for this...
For her to do something.
For her to do something, yeah. For me to feel... Because my feelings don't just matter.
Yeah.
And he was saying he feels... And also his chick was like, when they talked, he's like, no, I don't know why you're looking sad like this. You have to man up. You have to,
come on, be
a man and take it like a man. Come and tell me this and this. Don't go crying there. Those things that happen. Yeah, and he felt sad. And he was like, I don't appreciate how my feelings were just put on the side.
Okay.
And girls seem to side with, the first thing. Like, it's like if you say, my chick cheated. What's the first question you asked?
Minta, I laugh at you thoroughly, first of all.
Yeah, that's
okay, but then I'll tell you sorry.
Yeah.
But mostly is what did you do?
What did you do?
Yes.
Yeah,
you must have done something.
So it's always for this person who has done something, then it'll react TV. But as the guy you're hurting, so that's when the guy asked me, absolute banner. Do my feelings really matter? Do men's feelings really matter anywhere?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
When a chick is like, hey, Aki, Brian cheated on me, it's normally like,
oh, Pole Sana,
yeah,
so sorry, man.
I'm so sorry, blah, 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 yada, 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 all that. But I think 90% of the time, what do I think? Yep. 90% of the time,
it doesn't. Yeah.
You're told to man up. You're told to, take it like a man, discuss these things. You're the one who should be hardcore and stuff like that.
True.
But you're hurting inside.
Absolutely true, man. First of all, it's so good to be here, man. It's been a while since I was last here, man. Shout out, hey. I really think the spaces for men, the opportunities for men to really express themselves are really not as equal. To be honest, it's not such a free space. Like you feel like a man, like as a man, you can say, "Hey, yo, guys, I'm hurting."
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm really going through something.
Yeah.
And you know that you can say this, and people will actually be like, they listen to you and probably offer you help, unless it's people that you really, really, really trust. Sadly, though, as a guy, also finding now those people that you really trust and that you can actually be vulnerable around and say things that you're actually going through, and they won't judge you, or probably give you, a safe space to speak yourself, is the rare thing. And most of the time, you want to do this with your partner, ideally. But we also live in a world where that is the one thing that you can't actually do.
Yes.
Most of the time, if you think of, I know, let me speak for myself, but let me even speak for Amato. You know that at some point last year, I was going through something.
Yes.
Yeah? A lot of, something big
deep,
was happening in my life. And honestly, I remember I went for like 4 days straight. I used to just wake up in the morning and just cry in my house, cry. And then after you finish crying, you just come back to work. And then you go back home, and I used to just...
it's a cycle. But what do you do? If you go and say, at the same time, no one cares about... this guy's going through this.
Yeah, you just go through it. So I feel like most of the time, we could have safe spaces, but we either just don't know who your safe space is. And I think another guy is very critical, because most of the time, a lot of men have opened up to the wrong people.
Yes.
And it ends up being used against you. And sometimes it's your partner. You say something and then it's like, they water it down. It's like, why is that even important? How is that a big deal? Or why don't you be like other men? So is this really something to...
Or sometimes it's turned around
Yeah.
to you. So once
yeah.
it's done that, you're like, okay, do I really need to open up?
And in the end, what happens? We become a generation of people who just keep quiet.
Yeah.
Like for me, I used to do that a lot by the way. You just keep it inside.
Because you see, let's say Mato went and confronted the situation.
Yeah.
Because I told him, you can't cry to me only. I think
You
also
have
need
to speak
go and
to-
speak out.
Yeah.
But when he went and spoke out,
Yeah.
the person was like, yeah, even me, I'm going through this, even me, and stuff like that. And I did this because you did this. There's normally
So
a lot of...
they're not acknowledging.
There's no acknowledgement that Martin
is hurting.
Yeah. And this is the way he's feeling. Let's sit down and talk about that.
Do you think that would ever change though? Do you think we should
no.
just
Rare.
would you want to be the sort of guy who opens up to your partner? Are you that kind of guy?
I'm that kind of guy. However, the past experiences. I had my story in the streets of Nairobi with different guys when I became vulnerable to someone. And I had it from different quarters. And I was just like, okay, where?
Yeah.
This is how it is.
To be honest, though, there are women who love their men being vulnerable. To be honest, so it's not just we're not just putting a blank. Like at some point I was with someone who said, "I really loved that other version of you." Like she was complaining that she hates the person I'd become because she at first, like I really used to open up to her. Yeah. She saw me cry a lot, because sometimes, but you go through things that you can't explain. Like can you actually even be honest enough to your man and be like, "Hey, this month looks so tough.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how we are going to survive." Now, most guys would rather not have that conversation. You'd rather just keep quiet.
Yes.
And find a way with your friends, on how to...
Call them Lyoto or something.
Can you imagine? Rather than tell the person you're actually doing life with that, I'm not in a good, I'm not in a good space. I'm in a fix. I'm in problems. And that's why you find someone has lost his job, but the wife is not aware of 3 months down the line.
Yes.
So I think we can do better as ourselves, but I really think it's important to it should be your partner, but if it's not, or you feel like your partner is not a safe space to open up find someone else. You could talk to your father if you have a father, or a father figure, or your mom probably. I know people say that you become a mama's boy, or you could just be a close friend, but who has your back and won't judge you for it.
And sometimes if that situation continues, I think just leave.
Oh yeah, yes. So just leave.
Leave. Also, you're not tied there.
Yeah, true.
Because you set a precedence. This person will always be doing that. You talk, and someone is just looking at you. Okay, sawa.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I was reading that it creates when you numb down your pain. What it then becomes, you become numb to feelings. So if there's a point where someone is even complaining and you're just there,
Yeah.
doesn't even bother you anymore. Or it can become aggression.
Yeah.
Now you're just a volatile guy.
Yeah.
Because you're keeping so much. Hata mtu anakuambia, babe, will you drop us to church today? Because you have been keeping just so much things under the wraps.
So I think we'll finish off with find your safe space to open up.
You must. Because you can't keep it to yourself.
It could be your partner.
Yes. Ideally, it should be your partner.
It could be your partner.
Ideally.
However...
Yeah, if it's difficult,
and you look like a wuss or a mama's boy, or you cry a lot, and you're told you cry a lot, find somewhere else
to cry. Someone to cry with.
Someone who you can open up to and tell them, you know what,
so absolutely, if I just came to you tomorrow and I'm just wailing, I'm just crying,
it's okay, we will hold you. So we've been through that,
but we will laugh about it later.
No, definitely later after drinks we are seated.
Lakini Brian unalia vibaya
sana,
mpaka makamasi inatoka na wewe ni
hapana bwana.
But it's really important, like you've said. I agree with you. Find someone that you can honestly be vulnerable with. It's that person is tricky to find, but once you find it, it's a good thing.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, SpiceFM KE, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, Threads ukitaka. We are to follow the conversation. Go to the live over there, and also let us know. We'll be reading your comments in the next maybe 10 minutes. So